Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Roomies Review the Movies. It's Maria and Lindsay.
We are back.
Yes. I know it's been a long time.
Right.
But we have returned.
Yes.
And this time we picking up on something new. I know we said last time we're going to do the photograph, but we'll save that for next time. So this time we're going to do K-pop Demon Hunters. But first, just to finish things up, Lindsay and I were real college roommates who both love movies. Lindsay has a degree in film. I reviewed films for like 20 years. And so now we're just going over films that the other one has missed. And so, of course, as I said before, the choice for this episode is K-pop Demon Hunters. It was my choice for Lindsay because she had not seen it yet. And I've seen it a lot.
And I don't blame you.
So, K-pop Demon Hunters is currently Netflix's #1 most streamed film of all time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. They actually had a release last weekend, I think it was, of like a sing-along.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It ended up being the #1 film for that weekend. They already have the sequel in the works. People are also talking about a Broadway show or possibly a live action remake, although that one is highly debated. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of fans are like, no, don't do that, please.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
So I would like a sequel, a prequel. I think you could do a Broadway show, and I wouldn't be surprised if you would just tour that, like an arena style kind of show.
Broadway would be awesome, to be quite honest. I would probably go to New York to see it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That could be a good event.
Mm-hmm.
So, K-pop Demon Hunters is also a Sony project. So a lot of people were comparing it to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
They have similar styles.
Mm-hmm.
It utilizes a lot of 2D and 3D animation. So you get like lots of kind of crossing of styles.
Mm-hmm.
You also get like the kind of like very small chibi looking style. And it's just kind of very inventive the way it incorporates all these different styles of animation together that you don't typically see working together.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it just kind of like came out of nowhere, honestly.
Yeah, I never heard of it till you told me about it.
Yeah. It was released in June.
Yeah, I saw that after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, I have had a Netflix account for umpteen years, and it's kind of a waste of money because I barely watch it. So even if it was this big phenomenon, I probably would have missed it. So
yeah. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the movie follows this K-pop girl group called Huntrix, who lead double lives as demon hunters. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They come from a lineage of these demon hunting singing girl groups. Right? You have this whole going through time with these different girl groups that look really cool. And I was like, man, if this was an anime, you could have like an episode for each girl group and like have a song, in a different style and stuff. Like, I would love that. They use their songs to make people's spirits kind of like come together and form this shield that keeps the demons from coming through and eating everybody's souls. And so that shield is the Hanmoon, right? So if they can make the Hanmoon turn gold, it can be permanent. And then they don't have to worry about, the demons coming to eat everybody's souls.
Mm-hmm.
And so we also have, of course, the demons, Gima, and he wants to eat everybody's souls. His demon den with a bunch of his own demons, and they're all different kinds, and like you can tell they're based on like Korean style art of demons and supernatural creatures and stuff, and they look very cool. Very different depictions. Some are tall and lanky, some are like 3D masks and stuff. And we hear one of their demons singing. His name is Janu, and he comes up with this idea of, hey, what if we do a demon boy band? We got to go after what really powers the Hanmu, and that's the fans. And we can do that if we form a boy band. And of course, at first, everybody's skeptical until like they give them a little show, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, that would totally work." And I'm like, "Of course that would work."
Yeah.
Of course it would work. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Yeah. But I think it's a really fun premise. It lets you know a lot about all the characters, like the way that the movie starts, where they're like interviewing the fans, and that's how you get to know everything you need to know about the band, the history, the members, who they are, what they do, all that kind of stuff. But it feels very natural.
Right. Like you look into their fandom. Yeah, and their fandom is a real thing. Yeah, their fandom is definitely a real thing. And in real life, people are like that for those K-pop stars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild. Like I work with a couple people that absolutely love them. That's all they talk about. They go travel to go see them and everything. And I don't know nothing about nothing. I just know what they tell me.
You never ever listened to any K-pop before?
The closest I got was somebody did like a remix with Usher, probably like a year or two ago. I listened to that song. That song was cool. But other than that, no.
That was because of Usher.
Right. That was because of Usher. So, but
Yeah, I used to listen to some K-pop back in like maybe like 2014 or so. I really like this one girl group called 2NE1.
Okay.
Kind of like a proto Blackpink, I guess. But I kind of stopped listening to it around then because it started to get a little too blackfacey.
That's why I don't fool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't really been into it for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I don't fool with it. It just like it's imitation, and why would I listen to imitation when I can listen to the real thing?
Yeah, and it can be really just hard to know, like, are you imitating or are you appreciating? Like, no, I actually really,
right. Right. It's a fine line.
It is a fine line.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
there's folks are crossing it. So,
right. Like, and I know there was like this big controversy not too long ago with one of them boy bands because one of them had on a Delta jacket.
Oh, like
the sorority.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, he don't know what it is. It just looks cool, and whoever picked it out for him thought it just looked cool. But yeah, no, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, and he just like doing all his dances and stuff with the jacket on. Yeah, and they was like that he probably got it from they probably got it from a thrift store or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea what they were looking at.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a motorcycle esque jacket with the Delta stuff on it. And it didn't have too much Delta stuff on it, but nonetheless, it had Delta.
It's still Delta.
Yeah. It's all that. I mean, on top of the whole controversy behind K-pop in itself, that just made matters worse. It's like, wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's not really my thing.
Yeah. One of the things that I think about this movie a lot is in comparison with Sinners.
Okay.
There's a lot of similar themes as far as music being powerful, right? Being able to be healing, being able to be protective, and looking back into your lineage, your kind of your
Yeah.
history, pulling power from there, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of traditional Korean things happening in this
Mm-hmm.
movie. Like a lot of times, a lot of stuff like things that they're wearing have traditional Korean elements, of course. Uh, the the K-pop demon hunters that you see in the very beginning are based on a type of like a priest or priestess kind of figure. Um, Saja means lion, but then there's also this character of the Joseon Saja, which is kind of like a Grim Reaper kind of character.
Okay.
It looks very much like they do when they're singing Idol.
Yeah.
Um, the cat and the bird are based on this type of traditional folk art,
Mm-hmm.
where especially the cat is made to look goofy because the cat is supposed to represent the powerful, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're this big, powerful tiger, but you look silly.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
And the bird represents the people.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So it's a whole lot of symbolism.
A whole lot of symbolism.
So they definitely did their research.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you can appreciate that.
I'm sorry?
So you can definitely appreciate that.
Yeah. I had heard that the original idea was like 5 hours long or something. And I was like, okay, well, just make them episodes and release it. What are we doing?
Yeah, like they find a lot of people.
Yeah. But I can totally see how that is, because if you think about the story, her mom falls in love with the demon. How did that happen?
Right.
Why did that happen?
Right. But we've seen similar stuff like that, like Blade.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not a new necessary story, but how did it happen for them? Like,
right.
Why did that happen? Did she know that if she had this child, she would be able to seal the honeymoon, or no? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Things like, why is Celine the only one alive?
Right. But then in the same breath, which, not to jump ahead, but we can definitely see how one could fall in love.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, as we were talking about the scene where they're still in the underworld, showing off their idea of being this demon boy band, you can see it's absolutely going to work. They're hot. It's going to work.
Yes.
And Hugh has an incredible voice.
Yes.
Just singing his little intro song, it's like, oh, okay, it's a nice voice. But yes, everyone involved who are involved as far as like singing for the characters are actual people from the industry, people who are actually in K-pop groups or work behind the scenes, of course.
Yeah. I noticed that too when I put up the cast. I was like, okay, it's not a bunch of white folks.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's done by like I think Korean Canadian team.
Okay.
Because I was expecting for the movie to be in Korean. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little surprised when it started in English and like kept going in English.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and I looked at the languages, but I was like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that because I'm not a big fan of subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they also acknowledged the fact that this was geared towards an American audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even though like the authenticity of it all would have been in Korean, and I understand that, but it is made for American audiences, and so they're gonna put it in English.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer to watch it the way they intended you to.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my thing. I was like, wait a minute, is this supposed to be? Mm-hmm. But then I found out that it was. I was like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
But apparently they did do some animating so that when it was dubbed in Korean, the mouth movements would still work with those Korean sounds. And I was like, oh, that's good because they do have very different mouth movements.
Right.
I was like, that's so great they thought of that.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely, because that is annoying.
Very much so.
You know,
And that's honestly one reason why I usually watch subtitles, because the mouth movement's not matching up.
right. Right, and I totally understand that. And you know, it became like a running joke, especially with Bruce Lee movies. You know how they don't match up, but it's a me thing when it comes to subtitles because I don't pay attention to the screen. I pay attention to the words. So that's the reason why I'm not a fan of subtitles.
Oh
And then
no,
don't let it be a big paragraph because it's gonna fly past, and I ain't even read everything. So,
no, no. I mean, a lot of people aren't, because you feel like you're trying to split your attention
hmm,
to things. So I get that.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yes. So back to the movie. Sorry.
yeah.
So yes. So now we have Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. They're the latest iteration of our Huntress here. That's Huntress, of course. Rumi is the lead singer. Mira handles like the choreography and the looks. Zoe is the songwriter and the rapper, and they're doing really well. They're also like under the guidance of Celine, who's raised Rumi after her mom had passed away, and we don't know how that happened. But they're really close to making the honeymoon gold. And so they have this song they're going to release called Golden. You know, it's going to be like kind of all about them, that they're going to try and help turn the honeymoon gold with. However, we find out that Rumi is half demon, and we know this because they have these patterns that go across their bodies that look like really cool tattoos.
Hmm.
Uh, like, wow, can you get an iridescent tattoo? Do they have the ink for that?
I
Yeah.
don't know because I know they got glow in the dark ink.
Yeah, I know they have black light tattoos.
Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't at this point. You know,
Maybe. I don't
yeah.
know if that exists yet. But we find out that Rumi has those patterns, and it's because, of course, her mom fell in love with a demon, and that was her father. And these patterns she's been hiding, because the demons can kind of hide their patterns for a little while, but they grow, right?
Hmm.
And so now it's grown to the part where it affects her voice, and she can't hit this high note. Now, if she can't hit this note to sing Golden, they can't seal the honeymoon and try to fulfill their destiny.
Yeah, mind you, this is a live performance all over the country, so everybody's watching, and she can't hit that high note.
Right.
So,
So, so they actually cancel that live performance, uh, you know, because she can't hit the note and she's not sure what she's supposed to do. Earlier, they did run into the Sasha Boys, who are now the Demon Pop band. They did this whole song for a crowd called Soda Pop.
which
Um,
was catchy as I'll get out.
Very catchy. It's my favorite song about murder. Although a lot of people are like, oh, this song sounds very much like it's about good sex,
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like I get that, but it is about murder. They're talking about sipping your souls. That's what they're talking about.
I did not catch that because I was
Mhm.
part of the crowd going, "You
Yeah,
want soda pop?"
my soda pop.
Right.
Every drop I drink up.
Yeah, didn't catch it at all.
Hmm. You're my soda pop.
Yeah, I was like,
Uh,
"Oh, you want soda pop? Oh my gosh!"
mhm.
Like,
It's just like a cute little bubblegum song about
right, so cute. Oh
uh,
my
right.
gosh.
So, but at that performance, Huntrix sees that they are demons and that they're coming after the fans. And they've set up like this whole antagonistic relationship between them, because we have this part where Ginu bumps into Rumi, and they have this. I don't know if you've ever watched Korean dramas.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so but when he bumps into her, he only like really kind of bumps shoulders. Like he doesn't even really shoulder check her. They just really kind of brush shoulders.
Yeah, yeah.
But she falls all down the pavement. Um, and they like slow down the scenes, and it's gets kind of like glowy and fuzzy, and you have like this slow kind of romantic music, and it is what they do in K-dramas all the time. Like all the time.
Okay.
That scene would be like the meet cute, and he would have either like caught her or helped her up or whatever. Like that's exactly how it would play with that kind of music and everything. So it was very funny. And apparently that song is from a K-drama called something about business. I haven't seen that. I don't remember. But it's actually from a K-drama.
Okay.
So that's a cute little nod to that kind of culture. But yeah, so we're already there. We've got this antagonistic relationship between the two of these groups. You know, they already know what the Saja boys are up to. Each Saja boy has like at least one of the girls interested, however, right? Because like Abby has the abs. Everybody loves Abby's abs, right? You look disgusted.
No, I'm not disgusted. It's just, it's funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what was it? Oh, Zoe really likes Mystery. I think it is, yeah. Because Mystery has the hair where you can't see his face.
Right.
And so they're all based on like kind of archetypes of personalities you would see in boy bands, right? The baby, the young one, the romance he's got kind of like heart-shaped hair, you know. We have Gino the leader, who's the general, golden all-around kind of whatever, right? And then romance. Well, we already said romance. I guess he's just a heart-shaped hair with that one, I guess. I don't know. And Abby, of course, has the abs.
Right.
It's in his name.
Right.
But other than that, we don't really know who they are. There is a theory, right? So when the girls, because Rumi's having this trouble with her voice, they go see this doctor that Zoe looked up. And while they're in the waiting room, you've got pictures of him with all these different people, celebrities or whatever. And one of the pictures is for boys, like a singing group.
Yeah.
So there's an idea that was them pre-demon deal.
See, I was thinking that when I first saw them go to that doctor and was seeing all the people he worked with, I was thinking that everybody was demons, including the doctor. And I was thinking it was going to go down that route, that's how they was going to get their voice or mess their voice up by giving him all those tonics. Yeah. That's why when I had put it on Blue Sky, I was like, I would not trust this doctor. Forget that. Yeah.
Well, they're supposed to be able to detect that kind of thing. So.
Yeah. True.
Because they see the Saja boys for what they are. So they do that performance in the square. He actually takes one of her tonic and drinks it in front of her.
Right.
And then they also like tell them about this game show they're gonna be on later. And this is like just something they do a lot in like South Korea for like these idols and like celebrities and stuff, like all these game shows where they do like very ridiculous stunts or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like you might have online too with like Hot Ones challenges and stuff. And so they're on the show doing that like drinking hot sauce, whatever. And Huntress is like, we're gonna get them at this game show, we're gonna win it. They're gonna dun dun dun, They have Kill Saja on their nails, right? You got Zoe going in the background right there, ready to go. But Genie figures out they're there. He can tell they're there, and he's like, "Oh no, let's introduce them, right? So they can't hide." And they try to slide down the slide into these balls, and it's just all very awkward.
Yes,
because they're wearing leather.
Funny. Yeah,
and the leather is not working. It's squeaking.
And yeah,
sounds like a basketball court.
Right, and they're going down so very slowly. And I was just like, I know that hurt.
Yeah. They're warm. They were warming up. The friction was real.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And everybody else was chanting, in the balls. Just like This is all very weird.
Yeah.
But they after that they like run out of the studio, right? Because Huntress is there to hunt them. So
Mhm.
they go after them. They find them in this spa, and one of the things they've been talking about in the movie is they want Rumi to go with Zoe and sorry. They want her to come with them to go to the bathhouse, right?
Yeah.
And the
And you
bathhouse is
know,
just a spa.
I had to Google it because I've been hearing bathhouses for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And the thought that I had of a bathhouse, I was like, it shouldn't be in an animated movie.
Yeah.
So I
Mm-hmm.
I had to Google. I was just like, this cannot be what I'm thinking of.
No.
Yeah. And that's what they said is basically a spa.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
spa.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
because a
they
lot
were
of people were like, "What do you mean a bathhouse?"
right. Like, I get y'all adults, but
Yeah.
still, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I what? And then also you like, why are y'all taking baths in public? Like, it was. Hey, I had to Google just to confirm that what I was thinking was wrong.
Well, then also, in a lot of bathhouses, you can't go if you have tattoos.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Because
Okay.
they're a part of gang culture.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that would be kind of like another reason movies not going.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah. And then it's overcoming her, so her being in a bathing suit kind of give up her secret.
hmm exactly.
You know. So
And if she's in there just relaxing, she's not going to think about covering up her pattern.
exactly.
So,
Exactly. They might catch her off guard in the locker room. You never know.
right. And she wants to tell them. Um, but Celine tells her, no, don't tell them. They wouldn't understand. Um, she tells her she needs to hide her patterns until they're able to feel the honeymoon, and then they'll go away.
Yeah. And I'm not mad at her telling her that either. Because the other ones are demon slayers. So it's like, if I've been trained all this time to kill the demon, and now this one has infiltrated us to this point, I feel betrayed. And on top of that, I'm trained to kill you. So guess what I'm going to do? Because I can't trust you at this point.
No, I disagree.
Now, why do you disagree?
Because hiding the truth is really the dangerous part here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if she is so insistent that she wants to tell them, and you, Celine, can see this is like really bothering her this much, you need to come up with a plan to tell them instead of making her feel ashamed of the patterns as a plan. Shame is not a plan.
No, shame is not a plan, but taking that risk is huge.
But you already decided to take that risk when you decided to raise her.
Yeah.
So you
She
need to
raised
follow
her in
through.
spite of.
And it shouldn't have been in spite of.
I mean, it was either raise her or send her to the orphanage where she would probably eventually die because she
No,
would.
it wasn't. Those were not the only options.
What would be the other option? Did she have family?
No, I mean she could raise her, but like she didn't have to raise her in shame.
She didn't. No, I'm with you on that. She didn't have to raise her in shame. But I mean, she could have not raised her at all. And this is like a very unique situation, so she didn't know how to do it. You know, I'm giving her a little grace because she didn't know how to operate, and she knew that it like the world couldn't know that she is half demon, or they'll
Well,
be
of
trying
course,
to.
the world couldn't know because the world doesn't even know that demons exist. They think the demons are special effects,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
but
But Mira and Zoe could have known.
I just think that was just a big risk because we there's no guarantee on how they would react, especially because, like, say for instance that first scene where they're on the plane and they have the flight attendants. You know what I'm saying? They may look at her like she's being like she's infiltrating their group.
Oh, I mean, no doubt, it's definitely a big risk, absolutely.
Yeah,
But that's why I said Celine can tell how much is bothering Rumi. We need
yeah,
to get together to come up with a plan to tell them together.
yeah.
Because they're going to be mad and upset, and they're also going to want to know why they haven't known for so long.
Right, right. But I think that her plan was to just kill the, kill the threat to where this won't even be an issue no more, and you won't have to tell them at all. I
Yeah,
think
but
that
it's not
I
going to
think
work.
that was her plan.
Yeah, but at the same time, making her feel ashamed of everything.
I mean, it is a demon.
But not all demons are evil.
Since when?
Not all demons are well, especially in like anime and stuff. Not all demons
Mhm.
are evil. Demon doesn't necessarily mean evil. It just means a powerful figure,
Okay.
supernaturally powerful. It may be that they're not necessarily affiliated with heaven, but it doesn't mean they're actually like hellish. It just
Okay.
kind of means they're supernatural beings.
Okay. And that might be a disconnect between American religion and,
Mm-hmm.
Korean, because we've always been taught that demons are evil and they're the worst things ever.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And
see,
there's nothing.
that's another thing that I really like about this movie.
Yeah.
So we also get a glimpse into because she's having this problem with her voice, right? And so they've had this fight, right? They're fighting at the bathhouse. They run into the Saja boys there. Uh, Rumi goes after Ginu, and he like rips open one of her sleeves. He sees she has the patterns, right? And she's of course anxious that her girls will see it. He
Yeah.
sees that it looks like he hugs her at first, and you're like, well, what is going on?
Yeah.
And you see he wraps up her arm so that nobody can see her patterns.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, when he first saw it, he was miscombobulated.
Mm-hmm.
He was just
He
like,
didn't know what to think.
what? Like,
Right.
yeah, that stopped him dead in his tracks,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
So he kept her secret for her, and they were able to defeat all the demons in the bathhouse, except for one who sucked out this poor old guy's soul when he sang Soda Pop. So after this, Genius sends his messenger, which is big old Derpy Cat. That's what they call him, Derpy Cat. And the bird, his name is Sussy. No, is it Sussy or Susie? Susie, I think Susie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's this magpie with like this hat, and 3 eyes down its neck.
Mm-hmm.
Right? At first, you're like, "Oh, it's a little bird wearing a hat," until those other eyes open. You're like, "Oh no, that's a demon bird wearing a hat." Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's this giant tiger, and it looks kind of dangerous. It looks a little scary, but it also looks a little goofy. Um, and they have this really great gag where the tiger knocks over a plant and like tries so hard to get it back up, right? They
Mm.
can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. And so that's kind of how they let you know, okay, this is not a threat. But the tiger is a messenger and it carries envelopes in its mouth. And it has one from Genu asking, oh my gosh, everything's running together in my mouth today. Whew. Asking for them to meet, right? I
Mm-hmm.
want to say Regina every single time.
Yeah. Right.
So Rumi at first is like, oh, I'm not going to meet, whatever. But she changes her mind. She follows the cat and the bird, and they go down this street where they've got like kind of older costumes, like traditional Korean style costumes and stuff, and kind of like the statues of that kind of tiger. And we see the tiger jump in there, and so we see kind of like Renew on Renew Genu on the roof of a building.
Mm-hmm.
Rumi runs up there, like silent, is just like so silent, like just she's a cat, like
Right, right.
and like she strikes this will be a killing blow, but it's a mannequin. It's not Genu.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I wasn't expecting a hug, but geez.
Mm-hmm.
Then he makes fun of her pants, the pictures and the choo-choo trains.
Mm-hmm.
And he's intrigued by her, the fact that she has these marks, the fact that she doesn't hear Gima's voice.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of learn that Gima operates like shame or self-doubt. We learn about Genu's story about how his family was very poor. He was basically busking on the street to try and help feed them. He wasn't really getting anywhere when he started to hear Gima's voice. And somehow Gima helped him get in front of, the king, and he was brought inside the palace to play for them. And then they all had clean clothes and good food to eat and warm beds until the marks kept growing, and then he was claimed by Gima to serve for an eternity in hell, and it's been like 400 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he
That's
sees
one hell of a sacrifice.
right,
Yeah.
and he sees, he sees her with these marks, Rumi with these marks, and she's just going around. She doesn't hear his voice, so he's like, "What is this about?" And she's like, you made a bad choice once, but you don't have to live with that choice forever. You can make another choice. And so they have their duet where they sing "Free," and love that song. Love all the songs in this movie.
Yeah.
This is
They're
the music.
all good songs. Yeah, you can't take that away from them. They're all good songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm not surprised on how successful the sing along is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are well produced, not overproduced, and they're very, very well written.
Yeah.
More than you would expect, and more than you would think it would deserve. It's very well done.
Yeah.
Just like the lyrics are kind of, always the best lyrics are kind of simple but universal. So, like, for instance, in "Free," we can't fix it if we never face it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
But also very powerful,
Yeah.
So I love that a lot.
Yeah. And the lyrics are very straightforward, and then also the vocal abilities are very clear, and they're very straightforward too, and you can appreciate it that much more, so like everything about it was dope.
Yeah. EJ, who does the vocals for Rumi, had trained to be in a K-pop group. They basically like have K-pop training camps,
I can believe it.
But she just got told that she was too old to be a part of a group. She never really got to be a part of a group. So she'd be working behind the scenes. And when it came to this movie, they hired her to like write the songs and like do production, for music and stuff like that. But they loved her voice so much. They were like, "Hey, could you just do the whole character?"
Right. So she probably was doing the demos, and it was just like,
yeah,
these
exactly.
demos. Yeah, these demos are pretty good. We're just gonna stick with the demos.
Why go anywhere else?
Right.
Like in the very beginning of the film, where they're kind of like telling you like about what they do, how it works, and we have the song, what was it? How It's Done, right? There's a part where they're on stage and Rumi hits this note, right? She goes high, 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 and then even higher, and they kind of demonstrate how it makes you feel as a fan. So they have like this kind of glowing, of the soul in the chest. And like these fans look at each other like, oh my God, did you just, wow, so, and they kind of come together and that whole light makes the honeymoon. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like that's exactly how it feels to be at a concert with a friend, which is like a really another great point of this film. You're getting these visual representations of these feelings that there's not even really a word for that in English. They do really great with that. So yeah. So going back to the process here, the plot. Right. So he essentially kind of sold his soul to Gima to try and get them out of poverty. And, Rumi's like, you're not a bad person. So you made a choice that wasn't the best, that doesn't, doom you forever. And like, he also lets her know, demons actually feel, because they think that demons don't feel anything.
Right.
Because they're working on this new song to like be a diss track for the Soldier Boys, right? Because the Soldier Boys have been getting super successful.
Yeah.
Coming for them in the charts. They're doing this battle back and forth. And, they're coming for the fans. And this is them like destroy their plans to make the honeymoon gold. So they come with this song called Takedown, right? And like the way they come up with it and everything is really cute. How they come up with the beat and everything with their demon hunting. You see them also like protecting fans from the demons and stuff like that, which is really cool. But you also see Rumi kind of getting more doubtful about this song and about the lyrics being too hateful to demons. And of course, Mira is like, what do you mean? We hate demons. Why would the lyrics not be hateful?
Yeah.
And
because they do not know that she's been having this correspondence with one of the demons. So.
Right. They also don't know that she is half demon.
Right.
Right.
Right. So.
So when she's singing these songs, she's like, "Oh, I'm actually singing this about myself." Yeah.
Yeah.
A demon with no feelings doesn't deserve to live. It's so obvious. Like, ooh.
Right.
Dang.
Right. It's a little harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was when they thought demons didn't have feelings.
Yeah.
And Gina was like, that's all we do is feel. We just feel our disappointment and our shame and our pain.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that does sound like hell.
Yeah. A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah. Simple enough, right?
Yeah.
So also Mira is like, she can tell something's up, with Rumi. And she keeps asking her, like, what's going on? Talk to me. Rumi refuses to tell her the truth.
Yeah.
And she actually turns it around on Mira and gaslights her, and it's like, it's not things about your insecurities. I was like,
yeah.
Excuse me? No, ma'am.
Right.
If we weren't fighting these demons right now.
Right. Like we got bigger fish to fry, but once we done,
we're going to be fighting each other.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
So she's still trying to figure out, like, if she can kind of, like, rewrite the lyrics for Takedown to make them less hateful. It's still not really working for her. She's still kind of like talking to Ginu, and he agrees to sabotage the Sasha Boys during the idol performance, which is like when they strengthen the honeymoon fear, right? She tells him, she's like, listen, if you're on this side when we're able to close the honeymoon, you can stay here. Gima won't have any kind of control over you, right? You can be free of this voice in your head. Right? They sing together. He doesn't hear his voice anymore. She's finally able to hit that note,
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'll throw it, I'll throw it. And she's like, okay, great. Um, but then we see Yima like can basically call him to the court whenever he desires. Like he's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's really cute. You thought you could be free.
Right. Right. Let me snap you back to reality.
That's real cute because if you really believe that, you would have told her the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he says that the truth of it was that Genu left his family outside the gates and abandoned them for a life of wealth and comfort.
Yeah.
That he did not bring them along with him.
Yeah.
However, I don't think that's the truth either.
So what do you think is the truth?
Because the thing I noticed is that when Gima is telling his story, we see the flashback again.
Mm-hmm.
However, in this version, there are guards with like big swords keeping his family out.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're talking about these kind of times where we have a king and all this kind of thing, if a king says, hey, I want you to come play in my palace, I wouldn't talk about your family.
Yeah.
They gotta go.
Yeah.
But I can imagine how that could feel like I abandoned them.
Yeah. Because he ultimately had a choice. Except that choice he reluctantly made.
Mm-hmm.
And that choice, even though the family would be somewhat taken care of, he couldn't be there.
The family was still gonna be outside.
But they would no longer be in quote unquote poverty, right?
No, they were going to be outside.
Oh. See, I thought that they would be, even though they would be outside of the kingdom, they would be okay. Like he made this sacrifice.
No, they weren't getting anything.
Oh shit. Well
It
then,
was any or nothing.
okay. So then, yeah, that's what I thought when I was watching it, and that's why I made the post that I made, because I was like, he looks like a deadbeat.
But then if you tell the king no,
then you die.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's a choice nonetheless, but it's one hell of a choice.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
and possibly not just you, but your whole family too.
Right. So, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think actually happened. Also, I keep going back to the beginning where Gima's like, I let you keep that voice after 400 years. And I'm like, so you couldn't take it in 400 years is what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can see why you would hear that, because that wasn't part of the plan until recently.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Also, I come up with this boy band demon plan, and the first thing you want to do is doubt me. It's been 400 years, and nothing you've done has worked.
Right. And then there's that, because every time you send demons to K-Town, it's a problem, and your demons don't come back alive. So then there's that, like, everything that you've been throwing at them don't work. All your master plans have failed.
But you want to laugh at me.
Okay. Right. And I come up with this plan that's damn near foolproof, and you trying to throw salt in the game.
You got any better ideas?
Right. I'll wait another 400 years.
Right. I'll chill over here with my cat and my guitar.
Right.
It's not a guitar.
Right. So yeah.
So they're having this fight while they're with these demons on the train, while they're also like seeing Takedown. Another great things about this film are the fight scenes. Mm-hmm. Are really dynamic and exciting. They're also very clear and easy to understand.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like, it's not one of the ones that you have to keep watching to catch stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Although if you do keep watching, you might.
You might absolutely, but you don't feel like you missed anything,
No,
you know. So
I
that's
do like.
definitely appreciated.
Yes. I like how they take their weapons like out of the energy of the Han Moon, right? Their weapons are also based on traditional Korean weapons as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you have a favorite Huntrix?
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
Mm-mm.
A favorite Soldier Boy?
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm. No.
Favorite character?
No. I just
Okay.
enjoyed it as a whole. Now, I did have a favorite song.
Okay.
Um, it was golden until I watched the ending, and then it was the last song.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. Okay. So they have that fight on top of the train. They sing Takedown. We talk about really great fight scenes. Because they have this kind of like fight in the middle of Takedown, some of the train passengers get caught. And the way they kind of display that the demons are having an effect in the real world is that people are missing.
Mm-hmm.
So just their entire persons are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're somewhere whole somewhere. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like, what happens?
Right. Right. Like, are they in a holding cell? What's going
Right.
on? So.
So, you know, and Gima's reminded Gino of his true past, kind of trying to take away that little shred of hope he was feeling,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let's see, they're going to they're going to perform at the Idol Awards. They decided that they're not going to do Takedown. They're like, it's not the right song. It's not even bringing us together. Let's do Golden, right? They're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, great, we're gonna do Golden. Because like uh, Zoe was saying, hey, I've always had all of these notebooks and everything, and I never
Yeah.
really felt like I had a place to fit until I was, part of this group. And Mira is, saying, I've been the rebel. I'm kind of hard to get along with. I have a short temper, all that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
when I'm with you guys, it makes sense. So you can see how they like really get along. A really good friend group.
Yeah.
Uh, so they're like, as long as we can just, keep it together and be there for each other, it'll work out. And it's at this point where Rumi's like, I'm going to tell them, after this performance, I'm
Yeah.
going to tell them everything that's going on. Uh, so great, right? Um, so we're going to get to this performance, right? They were going to go on second, but the Saja boys are apparently having an argument, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I keep wondering, like, are they really having an argument, or were they really just wanting them to go on first?
Um, you got to have a side eye with them because you just never know because everything could be strategic.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what were they arguing about?
Right. Right.
you know,
Like, what is there to argue about?
right.
You know.
Because
So.
at this point, Genie is back on the demon town, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is really going on? But anyway, so they're like, okay, you guys are going to go first. So they go on stage and they're singing Golden, and everything is going really, really well. Um, Great performance scene, right? It
Mm-hmm.
really does feel like you're at a concert.
It does.
They do a really great job of making you feel that way. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and we get to the point where Rumi's going to sing that big note, and Zoe and Mira are backstage, and they see like Bobby being dragged off by two demons, and so they go running after him. And
Yeah.
so Rumi's doing her big performance. It's going really well. Zoe and Mira are running after Bobby. They get towards the doors, and it turns out Bobby was also a demon. They all poof and disappear. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we see Bobby is totally fine, like watching the concert. So Zoe and Mira are like, what is really going on? And
Right.
they start to hear Takedown being played, right? And we
Mhm.
see Rumi on stage, like, what is going on? When did we do
Mhm.
takedown? We're not going to do that anymore, right?
Right.
They start doing takedown, and then we see Zoe and Mira are on stage right next to her, but they're like bathed in red light because they're demons now,
Mhm.
right? They start singing takedown, but now they're singing it to her, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, which I thought was really cool,
Mm-hmm.
actually. You know, and they're doing this all in front of everybody, and they just think it's like one big old performance.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the whole crowd is oblivious to what's actually going on.
Well, they think they're breaking up,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they really, I mean, but they don't know that these are actual demons,
right?
you know. So I like how they did that.
I do too.
Mhm.
How they worked so easily to double, not just for those demons, but for the demons singing to Rumi, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
your whole life spreading lies, but you can't hide. Baby, nice try. Works on her too.
Mhm. Yeah, so she's thinking like they didn't found out my secret and
Right.
you know, so
She thinks it's her friends, and they're like ripping her clothes off on stage
mhm.
so her patterns can be seen by everyone.
You're
And
right.
you see her hair get kind of frizzy, and like you see her kind of like kind of arch over and look kind of like, like,
Mhm.
which is very cool looking. It's
Mhm.
a whole lot like another character called Jinx from Arcane. Um, but
Yeah.
really cool. And like her voice is now out of whack. Like
Mhm.
she's blowing out the lights and stuff.
Mhm. So her dad's side coming out.
Her not her dad's side. um, she runs off stage. She runs into Zoe and Mira, right, the real ones.
Yeah.
Now at this point, they have no idea what's happened.
Right.
All they see is Rumi coming down looking disheveled, and she's got demonic patterns on her.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and they start asking questions, and Rumi's answers aren't adding up. You know, and
Mhm.
at this point, Mira's like, I can't trust you.
Right.
And so they both kind of raise their weapons, um,
Mhm.
and Rumi runs off.
Yeah. Yeah. And you could tell it really hurt them to have to raise their weapons.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to trust her and
Right.
believe her. But like 1 + 1 was not equal to 2.
Right. Which is going back to the lady that raised her's worst fear of them finding out.
Right. But had she told them from the beginning, this wouldn't be an issue. So what we do see is Rumi goes off to Celine to talk to Celine about this whole thing. And we see like her patterns are like fully blown all the way up, side of her face. And on one side of her face, her eye is now kind of like this demonic golden, because the demons have glow eyes. They glow,
Mm-hmm.
right? So one of her eyes glows now, looks very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes to talk to Celine about this whole thing and like basically like how she was raised and everything. And she was like, why couldn't you accept me? You know? And
Yeah.
Celine's like, well, you were taught to be everything I was supposed to be against. And she was like, well, why couldn't you just love me? Right.
Yeah.
She was like, well, I did love you. And she was like, all of me. And Celine can't even look at her.
Yeah.
And she actually gives Celine her weapon. She's like, just kill me.
Yeah.
And Celine's like, I can't do that.
Right.
And she's like, well, if this is the Hun Moon I'm supposed to protect, I'm glad to see it destroyed.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, right?
Yeah. Right.
And so now we have like the Saja boys are saying they're doing like this. They have this big advertisement. They have this 3D billboard, digital billboard
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah.
seeing them in like Tokyo or something.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen those? Like
I've
videos of
seen.
those?
I haven't seen them in person, but I've seen them on Instagram and stuff, and I'm just like, is this AI or is this real? Like,
I don't
it
know.
looks so real that it don't look real.
It's so weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they use that kind of like technology, like show this little ad they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, And so they're like, we know you guys are all so sad that Huntrix broke up, so come to our concert.
Right.
Like, wow.
Yeah, they're seizing the opportunity for sure.
Yeah. So now that they've broken up, the honeymoon is totally broken. So Gima's voice is getting to everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's really just your voice, but in a more demonic tone, which is just, like living inside of your own head.
Yeah.
you know, um, this is just kind of a side note, but like some weeks ago, I saw somebody posted on Instagram saying, you should name your brain so that when you have like these negative thoughts about yourself, you can just tell your brain, hey, name, shut up. Yeah. I don't need this negative behavior right now, brain. Yeah. So they were saying it could be helpful in combating negative thought. So I was like, well, you could now call it Gima if you wanted to, because it's essentially the same kind of thing. It's the little hater in your head.
I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing to do. Because it may look like you got multiple personalities or you're looking at people, and if you see somebody doing that, you may think that they may be a little schizo.
Well, no, I don't think you would have full-blown conversations out in public.
Yeah. But if you're out in public with Tom, Dick, and Harry and you tell Bob to shut up and don't nobody...
You don't have to say it out loud.
Yeah. But people are going to. like it...
I don't think most people would say it out loud.
Yeah. Long as they don't say it out loud, maybe that's fine. But yeah, if you say it out loud, you might be on a 72-hour hold.
Yeah, I think she meant just kind of think it to yourself. Not,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you could totally call that Gima.
Okay.
Yeah. Essentially. So anyway, they have this concert. Everybody's got their own demonic voice in their head now. Zoe tells her she's too much, not enough. Amira tells her, she never had a family. She'll never deserve a family. She'll never have a family. Bobby's voice tells him, how he couldn't keep the group together, right?
Mm-hmm.
How he failed them. And so now the only thing anybody has is Saja Boys. So they all kind of zombie lockstep to the performance, and we get them performing Idol. And it starts off with Dies Irae, which is like I think it's a Catholic chant that they would do for funerals. And you hear it a lot in cinema to kind of denote death and darkness.
Okay.
But yeah, so they start that off here. They do kind of like a little bit of chanting and stuff, so it sounds like dark,
Mm-hmm.
All got their all black fits on with the hats and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Their claws and their glowing eyes and their patterns, and it's really cool. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great song. Really great lyrics about what it means to make someone your idol, right?
Mm-hmm.
What it means when somebody might say, "I'm the only one," right?
Yeah.
They say, "I'm the only one who love your sins." No, I'm the only one right now. When somebody says they're the only one who can do something for you, no, they're not.
Right. Right.
Yeah. They sing a little bit about kind of what is the word? Parasocial relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your obsession feeds our connection. Give me all your attention, right?
Yeah. 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 Those are powerful lyrics and very, like we said, simple, straight to the point. And easy to say and not realize what you're actually saying.
Right.
Yeah.
No one is coming to save you.
Right.
Or what is it? It's only me coming to save you. But anyway, Now, there's also a lot of discussion in regards to this film and the K-pop music industry
Okay.
because it's extremely exploitative, right?
You think
So,
so?
like I was saying, oh yes. So, like I was
Are you talking
saying,
about the industry or the movie?
the industry
Oh, okay, okay.
for being an actual K-pop idol.
I can see that because it's kind of how boy bands were in the late 90s.
Hmm.
And that's what they're emulating. So I can definitely see it
It's like that, but like
way worse.
industrial
Okay.
scale.
Okay.
So it critiques some of that as well,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't like name any names or necessarily point any particular directions.
Mm-hmm.
But Gima kind of fulfills that role, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's, Gino never gets a moment to himself, right?
Yeah.
It when Gino thought he was free, he was not, right?
Right.
I have complete control over you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even when
Uh,
you try to go solo, I still got control over you.
right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You get a little bit of that too.
Right.
Um, you know,
Looks a little in sync-ish.
hmm,
Yeah.
just a little bit, maybe a little bit Backstreet Boy-ish, maybe.
Yeah. Just a tad. Just a tad.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
So they do Your Idol. It goes extremely well. Uh, I love was it Living in Your Mind Now? Too late because you're mine now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can make you free. Once you're all a part of me, I'm the answer,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Right.
But that ends, and then you hear like this kind of somebody singing a note, and you see Gina look like, what is that? That's not part of the performance. And what we have is Rumi coming back in with her half demon look. Still looks really cool to me. I think it looks so cool.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is beautiful,
It
honestly.
is. It really is.
Yeah. That's another reason why people compare it to Across the Spider-Verse. Because that
Yeah.
movie is gorgeous too.
It really is. Yeah.
And it felt like you can pause at any moment and get a nice poster
Yep.
or a screenshot or something.
Yeah.
So she comes back, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And Gima's like, they can all see you, And she's like, "I know."
Yeah.
And the honeymoon is gone. She's like, and he's like, "You can't fix it." She's like, "I know." And the honeymoon is gone. She's like, "I know." I was like, "Yes, exactly, yes."
Mm-hmm.
Because what she's doing is just facing up to the truth of the matter.
Yeah.
Because their whole thing had been hide it.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been saying conceal, don't feel, like Frozen,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that kind of message there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hide it. Don't let anybody know it's happening.
Right.
But she's just admitting to it.
Yeah.
She's refusing to feel that shame anymore.
Right.
Right. Because it's done nothing but literally tear her world apart.
Yeah. For a really long time.
Yeah.
And she's finally free.
Yeah. To admit the truth. And so that comes to our last song here, which you said this one was your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this one your favorite?
I think the melody.
Mm-hmm.
It just was a really, really nice melody. And then like after I got done watching it, I was trying to get ready to come on here, and I found myself like re-singing it in my head,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But I mean, like we said before, the vocals are really clear, and you can always appreciate a clear vocal. But it was just something about that melody that I just really gravitated.
So this is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It's the song I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I love this song so much. Love all the songs, but I love this song so much. Like the lyrics, it is like a gospel song to me. Like
Yeah.
Like it talks about, coming out of that feeling of shame, like why did I let that rule my life for so long, right?
Mm-hmm.
So was it Zoe sings, why did I cover up the pieces stuck inside my broken pieces stuck inside my head? I should have let them meet the shattered pieces meet the light instead, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's such a beautiful concept. I love it so
Yeah.
much. Um, and they've been trying to write this song the whole movie. They couldn't write it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the song we couldn't write, this is what it sounds like. Um, my voice without the lies, our truth undefined,
Mm-hmm.
our stories all combined. This is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's a song about unity and reflection, but then also you have the lyrics about, so we weren't perfect, so we were liars, you know,
Yeah.
so we let the demons get between us, but dive in the fire and I'll be right here by your side, even though I'm
Mm-hmm.
tired, you know.
Yeah.
So I love these themes of you don't have to be perfect to be able to make a choice to do things better,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So while they're singing this song, Gima's put a bunch of demons between them. So they're fighting, fighting, fighting. They fight to literally get back to each other. They have a group hug. Um, Rumi's patterns change from pink to like iridescent, holographic kind of colors, right?
Yeah.
And then also all their costumes change. So Rumi was always wearing long sleeves. She's no longer wearing sleeves, so everybody can see her patterns. The other two are wearing sleeves, but their sleeves also have iridescent patterns on them to look
Mm-hmm.
like women's arms.
Yeah.
So they've changed into that, and they're fighting and everything. And then Gima calls like a bunch of demons back to himself to make himself bigger, right? Because he's like, "You can't defeat me." He sends out this laser whatever strength ball of light, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
To Rumi, and the other two are still fighting the other Sasha boys. And they defeat them, and Zoe finally sees Mystery's face. She's like, "Oh, you're just my type. Too bad." And Mira is like, "I'm tired of abs." She cuts abs into Abby, and he goes away. And uh, they're about to like really take over Rumi, but Genu steps in, and he's like literally holding back. It kind of reminds me of this meme that I've seen before on the internet. Whereas usually somebody dressed like an army soldier holding back bomb or something. But
I don't think I've
Gina,
seen that one.
don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Yeah.
Gina's holding back this energy blast from Yima. Uh, and Rumi's like, no, she's like, I want to set you free. And he's like, well, you did. He's like, you helped me rediscover my soul, and now I give it to you. And so it kind of upgrades her weapon.
Mm-hmm.
He disintegrates.
Yeah.
It upgrades her weapon. She's able to take down Gima.
Yeah.
They're able to unite and fight Gima and defeat him.
Yep.
And then we see them like they were always trying to take this like couch vacation. They never do.
Yeah.
But we do see them at the bathhouse, and
Mm-hmm.
Ruby's finally there. They're decompressing
Yeah.
from their pretty traumatic experience.
Right. A much needed vacay.
Yes. But we see Rumi is there, and her patterns are out. You can see them on her skin and everything's fine with that. Um, and they see some fans on the street. They go and talk to them. So they're
Mm-hmm.
still pretty popular.
Yeah.
And then we also get to see the bird and the cat. So they're still around.
Yeah. Yep.
That
Yep.
is the end of the movie.
Yeah. Yep. So, so I know we talked before about it becoming a like a Broadway show, and we're
Mhm.
definitely here for that. Um, a series,
Mhm.
definitely can see a series coming about. But what about sequels and stuff? Could you see sequels from
Oh,
it?
absolutely.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would rather just have a series. So,
Hmm.
like a prequel series and a sequel series.
Okay. Yeah, because I would like to learn more about the parents
Hmm.
of Rumi and how they came to be, because this is such a forbidden love, you know what I
Right.
mean? So,
You see Genie when you're like, I understand.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I see
I
what
definitely
happened.
get it, but it's still forbidden, you know?
Of course. That's why I'm like, was there like a prophecy or something? Like,
Right,
why would she go through this much risk?
right, right. And how did she pass?
Right. Not only just to have the relationship, but to have
Mhm.
the baby.
Right, right. And then where's her father?
Right.
You know? Like, I can see that being a season right there.
Hmm.
You know, we figuring out who her father is and her father's story. Because I could definitely see her father still being alive. I
Hmm.
can definitely see that being a whole story in itself. And again, it's a forbidden love. So if they found out that she existed and she's a part of him, that could be a whole mix of BS. You know what I'm saying? Which would definitely be a season to watch,
Hmm.
you know? So,
And a lot of people don't think Genie is dead. So
yeah. And then there's that, you know. It's kind of Twilight-ish,
how so?
because of the whole human versus vampire, them coming together, them having a kid, you know.
I was like, vampire, what are you talking about? But you mean he's a demon,
Ain't
right?
he a vampire?
No.
What is he in Twilight?
No, in Twilight, yes. I was thinking about K-pop demon hunters. I
Oh,
was
no,
like,
no, no. No, I know. Yeah, I know they're demons, but in Twilight he's a vampire, right?
yes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, like the similarities.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I can definitely see where the American films influence, on this, but I do see their twists, and I do appreciate their twists,
Mhm.
you know. But yeah, most definitely a series would be um a money maker, to say the least. Because it's such a big response,
Yeah.
which going in, if I was an executive, going in, I would expect nothing less, because K-pop is a huge thing,
Very
you
huge.
know, so if nothing else, the fans alone of K-pop would have catapulted this movie.
Oh yeah.
So,
And I was just so I was like, oh, this is so good. Um, but also, like I was saying earlier, the alignments it has with Sinners. I was like, that's so wild that these two movies are this popular and also this good
hmm,
at the same time,
yeah,
uh, sharing so many themes that they do.
yeah,
So it just kind of says to me that people are hungry for these themes and this quality, of course.
yeah, right, right. Right. And then, going back on what we were saying earlier about the way America culture looks at demon, the word demon, and all that, I think maybe if they make it vampires instead of demons,
No,
you don't think that would have worked out better? Or maybe monster?
no. I
Because,
mean,
like,
because
depending
they
on
are
how,
antagonists in this film.
yeah, but depending on how deep involved you are with religion, um, just the word demon alone, people turn their backs on. Like, I don't want no parts. That's not cool. They can
Hmm.
go on this whole diatribe of why this is not for kids and why they're trying to get the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can go down
I
that
don't want
whole.
to hang out with those people anyway. So
I understand, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, because like we're not conditioned to look at the softer side of a demon, if you
mhm.
will. You know,
They should look up the Wikipedia entry.
people are not gonna do that.
I mean, if you have a question, if you have a doubt or a word of concern, you can look it up.
I agree. I agree. You know, Google's too accessible.
Power is in your hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Google is way too accessible. And I agree with you on that standpoint. But realistically, when people see the word demon, they're automatically shut off.
Oh
Like,
well.
I didn't, you know, it wasn't, I mean, it's not necessarily me,
Hmm.
excuse me, but in the same breath, I don't, I don't think of a good thing or the other side of anything when I see the word demon.
Well, I mean, neither did they, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So,
K-pop demon hunters. They're
right.
hunting demons.
Right.
They did
Right.
not see any complexity at all,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They were writing that song about killing and hunting and tearing demons apart.
Right. Right.
So
But
this also shows them as well. It can be a little bit more complex than you think.
yeah. Right. But I'm just saying, as far as gearing it to an American audience and American culture, especially American religion, when you see, like, people are automatically turned off with the word demon, but they're not necessarily turned off with the word monster or the word vampire, you know, or even even if they were to say, this is going to sound funny, but K-pop D hunters, like, if you keep them demons and just say K-pop D hunters, but then you're going to go down a different road. And that's a whole another conversation. I'm I'm just saying, obviously it worked. So we're good, but I probably would have been a bit apprehensive if I were to see the word demon. But hey, maybe that's why I'm not in the boardrooms making the big bucks. So, yeah. Cause yeah, if you say D hunters, that you will probably expect it to be on a website,
Mm-hmm.
that you got to be 18 or older to access.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
this film was appropriate for all ages,
Yes.
even though it deals with complex themes
Yeah.
of just because you made a wrong decision, you don't have to be miserable forever. You can make a right decision the next time.
Yes.
You was it what is the word? What was a certain phrase actually, but like you are not just that choice you made. You can make another choice.
Right. Right. And that is a good underlining theme to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not defined by your past decisions.
Yeah.
You know.
And you may have made a wrong and bad decision.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, like when I was theorizing earlier about the options he had, he didn't really have any good options.
No.
His options were to starve on the street or
Yeah.
to not starve on the street
Right.
and die.
Right.
I mean, starve on the street. When his options were to starve on the street or possibly be killed for not accepting or accept.
Right. Right. I mean, those are horrible, horrible options.
Possibly get my family killed if I don't accept.
Right. Right. So, I mean, it's one hell of a decision to make, but
Right.
those were the options.
You know. But
So,
and like it, but it doesn't. It's not so. It's it doesn't have to condemn you forever, and I really like that as well. And then
yeah.
also you have the whole thing with kind of like the idea of somebody being born with shame, right?
Hmm.
Um, in that being with Rumi and
Hmm.
her coming to realize she didn't need to feel ashamed about that either, and that she should trust the people that she loves with
Yeah.
the truth about herself.
Yeah. Yeah. It does give a theme of trusting,
Hmm.
trying to trust. So,
Hmm.
which was cool as well.
Yeah, and just finding your own path, right?
Hmm.
And also using your voice, right?
Right.
So, like I was saying earlier with Gima talking about, oh, I let you keep that voice. He couldn't take that voice. That voice had actually always just been yours.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. And but he conditioned him to make him think that he could.
Hmm. And the only voice he could hear in his head now is Gima's. He couldn't hear his own anymore.
Hmm. Right. Right. All right. So, are you ready to rate the movie?
Yes.
All right. So we definitely have our rating system, which is one movie real trash AF, two it exists, three entertaining, four great, five a true classic. Maria, what say you?
5.
Five.
Mhm.
Okay. I would give it a four.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely would give it a four. I thought it was great. And I went into it thinking that I wouldn't like it.
Really?
Yeah, because the whole K-pop stuff, like that kind of like turned me off. But, you know, I was pleasantly surprised,
Uh-huh.
you know. So definitely, definitely a great film.
Hmm.
Definitely would suggest, which I have actually, I have suggested it to people.
Yeah.
So yeah. So absolutely. So a four and a five.
You think Lily
So,
will watch it?
huh?
You think Lily will watch it?
You think yeah, actually. I think he would. I think he would. So I have to ask him. Ask
Okay.
him. But yeah, yeah, I think he would watch it. Um, so yeah. So next week we are going to finally, after 50, 11 times of saying we're gonna watch it and then it don't be available, we are finally going to watch Mo Money.
Finally.
Finally. And it is on Pluto,
I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow, huh?
basically. Yeah, but we at the beginning of the month, so hopefully it will be there the whole month.
Hopefully you'll be there.
Hopefully it'll be there. But yeah, that's what we're going to watch if the Lord says the same. So yes, yes. So yeah, so Mo Money, Mo Money, Mo Money is our next movie,
Okay.
Lord willing. So Maria, where can we find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky and Instagram at Valor More Dollars. That's VALARMOR Dollars. I'm also on another podcast called Nerdgasm Noir. And you can find us anywhere on iTunes. We talk about nerdy, geeky pop culture things with 5 other Black ladies. So you can join us over there as well. And then where can they find you, Lindsay?
You can find me everywhere at L_Riddell. And you can also find me on my other podcast, The Ish We Talk, where me and my cousin Lily, we talk about a variety of topics.
Mm-hmm.
We filmed, what is today, Monday? We filmed Saturday. And we talked about, Tamar, Braxton, and Funky Daniva. and the shit show that has been. So yeah. So we did talk about that amongst other things, but yeah.
I remember Funky Down even got started. We were in college, weren't we?
No, we weren't in college.
No, I feel like we were.
Yeah, because we're the same age as him. So yeah. I started watching him in 2012.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah. I do remember him in the beginning of Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta.
Yeah, that's what I remember too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And
Checking out Sheree's mansion.
mm-hmm. Yep. And how he got sued for that.
Yep.
Yeah. But I've actually met him in person on vacation with him.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, he's such a sweet person. Like in real life, like the Funky Dineva, public figure is the public figure. Like in real life, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, we talked about that. So so yeah, so that's that. So we would hope you guys catch us for episode 83 when we discuss Mo Money. But yeah, this was episode 82 of Roomies Review the Movies. We are back. So tell everyone we are back.
We're back.
Yes.
Come join us for lives. Leave a comments. Leave a suggestion. We want to hear from you.
Yes, absolutely. And definitely subscribe. All right. So yeah, we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.